What's up, everyone? My name is Maria. I'm 15 years old, and I'm so excited to tell you about what youth has made an impact on my life and what I've learned and why you or a teenager you know should come to youth. So, first things first, our youth group has amazing leaders. I just want to say a great big thank you to Larissa, Abby, DJ, Vanessa, Ethan, Max, Andres, and to our amazing youth pastor, Pastor Jade. These leaders constantly make me feel welcome and make youth so much more fun. Whether we're in person and I get a big smile from Larissa and a hey from DJ, or online and I get a hey Maria from Pastor Jade and Abby. Because of how welcome I feel at youth, I feel a lot more confident asking my friends to come to youth because I know that they'll be noticed and warmly welcomed. Speaking of friends, another thing that makes youth so fun is seeing your friends. I'm sure that we've all had non-Christian friends, which is completely fine, but there's something about having a group of friends that helps me grow my faith that's so special. Even if you don't know anyone in our youth group, I guarantee that you'll find people that will become some of your most important friends. I truly believe that our youth group is a family because of how diverse we are. We all share one thing, and that's the love of God, which is the most important thing. I feel God's presence every time I go to youth, and the environment I'm surrounded in makes me feel so safe and comfortable. Youth is such a non-judgmental place, and I feel like I can truly be myself. It's such a refreshment from the environments I'm in at school and at work. When I leave, I feel filled with God and ready to spread His love. Youth constantly challenges me to do better in the week, no matter what series we're on. I especially love the series we're on right now, which is Dear Younger Me, in which we have guests talking a little bit about their life and what they've been through. Throughout the week, I still remember things that I've learned at youth. An example of this is a few weeks ago, Larissa was talking to us about having God confidence instead of having self-confidence, and how we shouldn't put all of our confidence in ourselves as we're imperfect. This message changed my perspective, and it's just one example of the real difference that youth makes in my life. But the biggest thing that I've learned from youth is how to live for Jesus and not for the world. As a teenager in 2021, it's very hard to have your priorities straight. We are constantly battling the world telling us how to be happy and how to live a good life. They speak about accepting all lifestyles and doing what makes you happy. And although it sounds all cotton candy and rainbows, that's not how we should live. 1 John 2:15-17 says, "Do not love anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, love for the Father is not in them. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, comes not from the Father but from the world. The world and its desires pass away, but whoever does the will of God lives forever." So in fact, we shouldn't love the world because the desires eventually pass, meaning it's actually for our own comfort. We should do what we want for our own comfort, but the things we want fade. God doesn't. They also speak about putting yourself before everyone. They say that we need to love ourselves first, and then everything will fall into place. But this is also not what we are called to do. We are called to love everyone, even if they sin, and we are called to put others before ourselves. 1 Corinthians 10:24 says, "Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor." Your own happiness should never be your first priority. We need to seek the good of our family, our friends, and even our enemies before our own. And above that, we need to love God first and love God the most. So, this is what we're supposed to do, but it's not that easy. As much as the world says they'll accept everyone, the minute we start to live the way the Bible says, we are looked at as having a wrong lifestyle. And I know it's hard to be looked at as the Christian or the boring one. And let me tell you, the world might hate you. But you know who else the world hates and continues to hate? Jesus. Your perseverance shouldn't come from the world's approval, but from God's approval. One of my all-time favorite Bible verses is John 15-18. It says, "If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you." Youth really reminds me that being the Christian one is an honor because Jesus was the ultimate Christian one. And our ultimate goal should be being more like Jesus and sharing Him. Although the world is corrupt, we are still called to face it. Mark 16:15-16 says, "And He said to them, 'Go into the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, but whoever does not believe will be condemned.'" No matter the person or people we share the gospel with believes us or doesn't, we still tried, and that's what we need to do. we still need to share, even if religion isn't their thing, or even if they're not that kind of person, or even if they already believe in something different. Don't let these phrases stop you from doing what you're called to do. Are you ready to face the world? If you're a Christian today, I want to ask you, are you ready to face the world? Or are you hiding from the world and staying with God? Or maybe you're hiding from God. Maybe you're staying in the world because you're scared that if you turn to God, you'll have to change your life and live a life that you don't want. But both of these are wrong mindsets. And I want to challenge you today to live for God but face the world, instead of living for the world and occasionally facing God, or staying bubble wrapped with God. This lifestyle is very, very challenging, but if you ask God to give you strength, He will. In the end, this life will give you a sense of purpose, peace, and joy that the world cannot offer you. If you're a teenager struggling with this today, like me, or even if you're not struggling with this, I highly, highly encourage you to come to youth. I promise you will not regret it. Thank you.